20, 30, and a bullseye of 100. 150 points. Let's see you do better than that with 3 dots, Monahan. Go ahead, toss them. 50, 30, on the line. Almost a bullseye, but it's only 75.
What's 75, Inspector Faraday? Twice your IQ.
Who said you could come into police headquarters, Blackie? Get out of here.
Faraday, you've tried to escort me in here yourself a dozen times.
What about it? Get out of here now, I'm warning you. One of these darts will go wild.
How many points does it count if I catch it between my teeth?
What do you want, Blackie?
You, which shows how easy I am to satisfy.
Okay. Monahan, get lost. We'll go on with our game a little later. I better be alone with this guy.
Talkative guy, that Monahan.
What do you want, Blackie? Come on, I'm busy.
I've come down here to make you a very happy person, Inspector.
Well, leave now when you got what you came for. Now get away from that target. 30?
On the line, Faraday. It's only 10. Ever hear of a guy named Bellows?
No. 50.
Lucky shot. Sam Bellows, a cripple.
I never heard of him. Is that all you came down here for? 75. That's better.
That's awful.
I suppose you can do better.
Then you? The answer is yes, no matter what you might be referring to. Give me the dart.
3 is all you get. Then you get moving, you hear?
I think you'd better go down and see this Sam Bellows, Inspector.
Oh, you do, and that's nice of you. Why?
Because he's dead. Bullseye, that's 100.
So he's dead, so what? So he probably died of natural causes.
That's true enough. There's nothing unnatural about dying when you've been murdered. Bullseye, 100 points more.
Fellows has been murdered? How do you know that? Come on, talk.
Sure, Inspector. You see, I killed him. Bullseye.
Now back to Richard Calmer's Boston Blackie. Enemy to those who make him an enemy, friend to those who have no friend.
How many more times do I have to tell you, Faraday? I killed the guy.
You expect me to fall for a story like that?
I'm beginning to see why I have to solve so many cases for you. You won't even believe a confession.
All right, Blackie. What's the trick?
Faraday, someday you'll be arrested for impersonating a police officer. It's no trick. I tell you, I killed Sam Bellows.
Where's the body?
Now you're getting smart, Inspector. In an old brownstone house at the corner of West Boulevard and 110th Street.
All right. I'll go have a look.
You mean we'll go have a look?
I'll go have a look. You'll go get lost. You're wanting to go with me is some kind of a gag, and I'm not falling for it.
My, how times have changed. You're usually trying to catch me for doing something I didn't do. This time I confess to a murder, and you want to get rid of me.
If you don't get out of here, Blackie, I'll arrest you for... I'll think of something.
After you found Sam Bellows' body, Inspector, maybe a reason to arrest me will occur to you. Mary, that's probably Charlie Kingston. Let him in, will you?
Oh, of course, Blackie, sure. Charlie, come on! What is that?
Come on, Happy.
Hey. I suppose he's happy, but what is he?
Down, Happy, down.
Where did you get your sidekick, Charlie?
Oh, look.
At a kennel or a stable?
Look out, Blackie. Now he's going to jump all over you.
Nice boy. Down. You can have my right arm just as soon as I'm through.
Down, Happy. Good boy. Down.
Oh, Charlie, what is that?
A dog.
If that's a dog, what's a horse?
I'll admit he's a little large, Blackie, but he's harmless.
Harmless. He tried to devour us before we were even introduced.
Oh, no, Mary. He was just making love to you. Happy's a very strange animal. Pays no attention to me or to anyone else he knows well. He only likes strangers.
Well, introduce us to him quick before we're stampeded.
Maybe I better put him in the kitchen.
Good idea. Oh, close the hall door, will you, Blackie?
Sure.
Come on, Happy. Nice boy.
Oh, wait a minute, Charlie. The kitchen door opens out. Will you pull it towards you?
Okay. I hope you don't mind if Happy plays in here, Mary.
Of course she doesn't, Charlie. She wants a new kitchen anyway.
Go on in. Go on.
What kind of a dog is that, Charlie, besides big?
We'll talk about Happy later. I want to know if you saw Sam Bellows.
His house is impossible to break into, and he wouldn't see me in any normal way, so I went to Inspector Faraday and told him I had killed Bellows.
What?
Blackie.
Don't worry, he didn't believe me. He went to investigate, but he wouldn't take me with him, so that idea is wasted.
Maybe you went too far.
Can't we talk about something besides murder just before dinner?
I'm sorry, Mary.
Oh, well, this is just before dinner, isn't it?
Forgive the delay, Mary. You can have anything your heart desires at any restaurant you name.
Oh, wonderful. What are we waiting for?
Charlie, isn't a girl in love supposed to lose her appetite?
Well, that's the way I always heard it.
Mary, how you must hate me.
Come on, Rollins. Haven't you cut through that door yet? Come on, what's holding you up?
This is just an acetylene torch, Inspector Faraday, not a 20-millimeter tank gun. And this is a steel door.
Yeah. Now I know why Blackie gave me that cock and bull story about killing this guy, Bellows.
Why?
There's probably no such guy as Bellows. We rang every bell we could find, and nobody answered.
And why did Blackie say he killed him?
There's something in this house Blackie wants, and he figured he could steal it right under my nose once he got inside.
What made him think you'd get him in?
He knows I chipped my way barehanded through a brick wall to pin something on him.
Maybe nobody answers the door on account of everybody inside is dead. Maybe Blackie wasn't lying.
All right, that'll be enough out of you, Rollins. Get busy with that blowtorch. I want to...
There she is, Inspector. Now we can walk in. Door hasn't been open for a while.
Well, somebody lives here, all right. There's a light at the end of the hall.
Spooky, John.
Ah, you've been to too many movies.
Hey, look, that's somebody.
Hey, you!
Didn't hear you.
Hey, you!
Guy's either deaf or dead.
I told you saw too many movies. Hey, you!
Just keep walking down the hall.
Well, he's not dead anyhow. Maybe he's a zombie.
You've been to the movies once or twice yourself, Inspector. Come on, let's go after him.
Hey, you! What's the matter? Can't you hear?
Hey, wait a minute, you.
Grab him, Rollins.
I got him.
What are you looking so startled for? We called you.
Hey, Inspector, I was right. Guy's dead.
Yes, you're right. Hey, you. Can't you talk? Look, like this. I move my mouth. Talk.
Deaf and dumb, Inspector.
I got it. Give me a pad and pencil.
Sure.
I'll write notes to this guy, and he can write back to me.
Here. What if he can't write?
Then I'll make him your boss. Get lost, will you, Rollins? Have a look around and see what's in the rest of the house.
Sure.
All right. You and I are going to have a little spelling bee. Can you write? Well, never mind. I'll just write out a question and see if you can write the answer. Does Sam Bellows live here? Now, take a look at this. Well, I hope a nod means yes. You'll have to write this answer, though. Who are you? Here, now you write. I am the maintenance man, but I know nothing. You want to see Frank Lewis, Mr. Bellows' financial advisor, or Larry Addington, his nephew. Okay, I can remember that. Don't look so pained. I'll pick the paper up off the floor before I leave.
Hey, Inspector Faraday.
What's the matter, Rollins?
Come here, quick.
Okay. Now, don't leave here, you. As if you could hear me. What's that, Rollins?
Here's something that ought to be sort of interesting, Inspector.
Well, Blackie's confession was the truth, huh?
Sam Bellows sits in his big red wheelchair with a knife in his chest. Sort of dead, too.
Sure is. I've got Blackie sort of dead, too. Right.
Well, thanks, Mary, for a wonderful evening. You're sure you don't mind if I leave Happy here in your apartment overnight?
Oh, of course not, Charlie. He's a lovely dog. And he seems to like it there in my kitchen.
Well, thanks. And thanks for the wonderful evening, too.
And thank you for the wonderful dinner.
And thank me for just tagging along, I suppose.
Oh.
Now, I am not expecting anyone.
Well, let's see who you're not expecting.
Alas, it is my secret lover. I confess all. Oh, come in, come in. Yes?
Hello, Miss Presley.
Inspector Faraday.
Some secret lover.
Blackie here?
Yes, come in. He was just leaving.
Well, the pleasant part of the evening is over. You're here, Inspector. What do you want?
You, Blackie?
Mary's got a priority.
Thank you, sir.
Faraday, this is Charlie King.
How are you?
Howdy, Inspector. I think we met on the phone several weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. So you did.
I hope you enjoyed yourself this evening, Blackie, because it's the last fun you're going to have for a long time.
Why, are you resigning from the force?
I'm arresting you for murder, Blackie.
Now, who did I kill?
Sam Bellows.
What?
Blackie, you said you didn't see him.
I didn't.
Oh, no, of course not. And how'd you know he'd be found dead?
Was he?
He was. Come on, Blackie. I'll take you down to headquarters.
Faraday, don't be stupid. And put that gun away.
I'll put it away when you're tucked away. In jail. Come on.
All right, Inspector, you win. But let me get my raincoat, will you? It's in the kitchen.
Oh, no, you don't.
But all I want to do
Go
is
into the kitchen and duck out the back way.
But,
huh?
Inspector, I promise
I'll
you...
get
the-
your raincoat for you. Which is the kitchen door?
Blackie, Happy's in
Yes, I'm happy about the whole thing, too. Don't worry, Charlie.
Oh, so everybody's happy, huh? That's fine. Now, which is the kitchen door?
That's one.
Now, don't move, Blackie. I still have a gun on you.
Yes, teacher.
Hey, get down! Get down! Hey, somebody get this horse away from me! He's knocking me down! Get this dog off me! Where's the town?
So long, Faraday. I'm leaving.
Get me out from under this face-licking pony!
What? So you're going to arrest me for murder, huh? Nothing doing. I'm leaving Faraday, but I've got an idea, though. Fight him. At least that's news.
And now back to Boston Blackie. For a reason he chose to keep to himself, Charlie Kingston, Blackie's millionaire friend, asked Blackie to do anything in his power to see and talk to a man named Sam Bellows. Unable to break into Bellows' home, Blackie came to Inspector Faraday with a story that he had killed Bellows in his home and should be taken to the scene of the crime. But Faraday suspected Blackie's confession was a trick and went to Bellows' home alone. There he found Bellows, murdered. Faraday then tried to arrest Blackie for murder, but Blackie, as usual, escaped. It is early the next morning. As we return to our story, Blackie and Charlie Kingston, dressed as policemen, are climbing the steps of Sam Bellows' house.
Are you sure we'll get by the policeman at the top of the stairs?
Look at your clothes. We're policemen, too, remember?
Won't this police guard recognize him?
Not with the visor on my cap pulled down.
Morning, boys. Inspector sent you to relieve us?
The relief men are coming up in a few minutes. Faraday sent up a special detail, okay?
Sure. Go on in.
Come on, Charlie.
Right.
Hey, wait, I'll open the door first.
Thanks. Who else is here?
Only Thompson. He's upstairs.
Okay, thanks. Well, that wasn't hard, was it?
No, but I'm not used to this sort of thing.
You'll live longer if you don't try to get used to it, Charlie. Let's have a look around.
What do you expect to find?
Something that will lead us to Bella's murderer and take me off the spot.
Well, let's hope we find it.
Say, Charlie, look at this crumpled paper on the floor.
Yeah. Seems to be a note of some kind.
Let's have a look at it.
There seems to be two different kinds of handwriting on it. As if one person were asking questions and the other answering them.
Faraday wrote the questions. I know that scrawl of his anywhere.
Who wrote the answers?
Someone who calls himself a maintenance man. He says he knows nothing, but mentions a financial advisor named Frank Lewis and a nephew, Larry Addington.
I see.
Faraday obviously met someone here in this house who could neither hear nor talk and had to write everything down.
I suppose this information is useless, though.
Not at all. A nephew and a financial advisor might be a perfect combination for a murder. I think I'll go up and see that advisor as soon as we're through here.
Someone's coming in the front door.
Probably the relief guard.
Now, that special detail you sent in the house now, Inspector Faraday.
Uh-oh.
Special detail? What are you talking about?
Oh, this is fine. Come on, Charlie, out the back door.
What if there isn't a back exit?
Well, in that case, we'll get up speed, put our heads down, and make one.
Yes?
Frank Lewis?
Yes.
I'm Special Police Investigator John Jones. You were Sam Bellows' financial advisor, weren't you?
Yes, I've had one visit from the police this morning, an Inspector Faraday. I told him everything I could.
Faraday sent me back to ask a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Well, I mind because I'm busy, but I suppose there's nothing I can do. What else do you want to know?
More about the will.
I told Inspector Faraday everything I know. The night before last, Bellows changed his will. Formerly, the entire estate was to be left to Larry Addington, his nephew, with the exception of $5,000 to Ben Atkins, the deaf and dumb handyman in Bellows' home.
Who did the new will benefit?
Atkins again for $5,000, but instead of the remainder of the estate, about $100,000 being left to the nephew, Bellows chose to leave it to some charity. A dog and cat hospital.
Any reason for doing this?
Just so his nephew wouldn't get it. Cigarette?
No, thanks.
Don't mind if I smoke.
Of course not. You say the will was changed the night before last, and Larry Addington, the nephew, was cut out. Did Addington know this?
I don't see how it was possible. Bellows and his nephew seldom spoke to each other.
Then it's possible, isn't it, that Addington killed his uncle thinking he'd get his money?
Possibly. He's in constant trouble, living above his means. He needs money.
Say, you smoke more of a cigarette than I thought.
Why do you say that?
These cigarettes in this ashtray here. I doubt if they've been puffed more than 2 or 3 times.
Oh, they were left there by a client of mine who was here just a few minutes ago.
Nervous, huh?
Very. Look what he does to paper matches. Takes the ends and rips them up the middle. Is there anything else I can tell you about the Sam Bellows matter?
Yes. Where can I get in touch with Larry Addington?
Larry lives at the Baker house.
Thanks.
You think Larry might have killed his uncle, believing he was still mentioned in the will?
Yes, I do. And I have an idea that you're a little leery of Larry yourself.
You have to stand still, Mr. Addington.
Well, hurry up, will you, Martin?
I'm trying to hurry, Mr. Addington, but I can't take the coat. You don't stand still.
I don't like to stand still. Oh, we're going to be interrupted again. Come in.
Tom, I told you not
Larry Addington in here?
I'm Larry Addington.
Good. I'd like to talk to you.
Some other time. I'm busy having a fitting. Did my man let you come in here?
Please, Mr. Addington, stand still.
Where do you intend going in that tweet, Addington? To a racetrack?
Your opinion is uncalled for, and so is your presence.
There, Mr. Addington, how do you like the way the coat hangs now?
Well, I guess it's all right.
Why all the new clothes, Addington?
Anything wrong with a few new suits? Since my uncle was killed, I'm rich.
Are you?
Yes. I want to look the part of a man who's just come into a fortune.
Well, look the part if you want to, Addington, but you haven't come into a dime.
Wait till you read the paper.
Wait till you read the will.
My uncle left his money to me. Mr. Martin.
Yes?
Don't just stand there. Don't have all day.
Oh, I was interested in this man's remark about your uncle's will.
What remark?
Forgive me, but he said...
I said Addington here was completely cut out of his uncle's will.
What? That's not true. I saw my uncle's will last week.
Well, you should have seen it last night or the night before last, just before he was killed.
He changed it?
He made a slight amendment, Addington,
He cut me off?
without a cent.
How do you know?
I just talked with Frank Lewis. He was your uncle's financial advisor.
Why would he tell you anything?
I have what you might call a slight interest in your uncle's murder.
You aren't suggesting that
If someone had suggested to you that your uncle was going to change his will, you might have killed him before he had had a chance to change it.
I didn't know his will was going to be changed.
That'll be hard to prove.
Well, just try to prove I killed him.
You know something, pal? That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Hello?
Charlie, this is Blackie.
Yes, Blackie. Mary said you were going to see Bellows' financial advisor and the nephew, Addington. How have things worked out?
All right so far. I just left the nephew.
Is he your man?
I don't know. He thought he was going to get his uncle's money, so he might have killed him. The person we've overlooked is the deaf and dumb handyman Faraday found in the Bellows house when he discovered the body.
How could he be involved?
He was left $5,000 in every will Bellows wrote. He might have discovered that Bellows had cut the nephew off and killed his employer, thinking maybe suspicion would be all on the angry nephew.
Well, I suppose a man of his means would kill for $5,000, wouldn't he?
Charlie, there have been murders for 5 cents. I think I'm going to get some more dope on that handyman.
Blackie, you can get back into Bellows' house. Faraday will have his policemen checking everyone who comes within a block of the place.
I know it. I've been ducking Faraday so much today, I'm getting stoop-shouldered. Is Mary there?
No, she isn't.
I thought I could send her into Bellows' house as a newspaper reporter. She could get by Faraday's men with dark glasses and a new hairdo.
I know where you can reach her. She just left here to take Happy down to the Mayfair Dog Hospital for a general checkup.
Oh, thanks, Charlie. I'll go down there and meet her. Maybe I even belong with the dogs after the way Faraday's been hounding me.
Something I can do for you, sir?
Yes. Is there a young lady here with a rather large dog? She brought him in for a checkup, I think.
No, there isn't.
This is the Mayfair Animal Hospital, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, I guess I got here too soon. Mind if I wait?
No, not at all.
Is there a chair or a bench around
Perhaps
here?
you'd like to wait in my office.
Oh, thanks.
This way. Think that chair will be comfortable?
Thank you.
No, I think I've seen your picture in the paper.
Strange what papers will do for news sometimes.
Yes, you certainly look familiar. I'm Seth Peters. Cigarette?
No, thanks.
Mind if I smoke?
Not at all. There isn't by any chance another Mayfair Animal Hospital in town, is there?
Not that I know of.
Mary and Happy must have been delayed on the way down here.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Oh.
Do you, always do that? Huh?
Do what?
Take those matches and tear them.
Nervous habit. I try to break it, but I can't.
Oh, I see.
Would you mind pushing the ashtray over this way?
Of course not.
I'll put this cigarette out.
How's your friend, Frank Lewis?
Who?
Frank Lewis, the financial advisor.
I don't know any Frank Lewis. Why do you ask?
That cigarette of yours makes me ask.
My cigarette?
Something wrong with it?
Why, no.
You put it out rather suddenly.
Oh, I never take more than 3 or 4 drags.
And you don't know Frank Lewis?
Oh? Does he have the same habit?
No, but you're lying when you say you don't know him. He has a client who does the same thing with matches and cigarettes. You.
Well, no. Here.
Lewis said Sam Bellows left his money to a dog and cat hospital. I think if I looked at Bellows' will, I'd find that it was, this place of yours.
I don't know about that.
You said you didn't know Frank Lewis, yet you were up in his office this morning.
It's not true.
The ashtray in his desk was filled with torn matches and cigarettes barely smoked. You own this place?
Yes, I do. That doesn't mean a thing.
It means plenty. It means you killed Bellows for his money and then went to Lewis to collect. The fact that he denied you'd been there makes him part of the scheme.
Just because I own this place, you think I killed Bellows, huh?
It'd be worth your while.
Well, I don't own this place. I merely front for the man who does.
All right, who's the real owner?
Frank Lewis, he's the man you want. Didn't even know Bellows was dead until Lewis called me to his office this morning.
Come on, Peters. You're going down to police headquarters.
But I tell you, I didn't kill anyone. Lewis did. He forced Bellows to change his will night before last, then killed him.
Set that story to music, Peters, because when we get to police headquarters, you're going to sing. Well, I guess that's about all there is to tell, Mary. When Peters got through talking, Faraday had Lewis in jail.
That clears up everything, Blackie, except why you wanted to get in to see Bellows in the first place.
Because Charlie here asked me to.
I didn't know it was going to get you into such trouble, Blackie.
Oh, I don't mind trouble, Charlie. But I do like to know why I'm getting into it. You never did tell me why you wanted me to see Bellows.
Well, Bellows was an engineer in one of my plants a few years ago. He disappeared with some important blueprints. For business reasons, I had to find Bellows and recover the prints quietly. I thought it would be best to come to you.
Well, we certainly had a quiet time of it, didn't we?
Hey, let's not forget that Charlie's dog helped solve this case.
Yes, I suppose Happy did have a share in this, didn't he?
Sure. I think Inspector Faraday should give Happy a medal.
Or make him a member of the force.
Oh, Blackie, don't be silly. How could Happy be a police dog? He doesn't even begin to look like one.
Secret Service.
Ooh, yikes.
Hi. What do you have? 2 eggs scrambled and coffee. Give me a couple of rolls.
Number 2, beat up. Rocks on this side. What'd you think of the game last night?
Didn't see it.
That was some game.
So what?
So nothing, I guess.
How about some service?
What do you have?
Coffee, black.
Draw one in the dark.
Hi, Larry. Not so loud. Remember, you don't know me.
Relax. Everything's going to be okay.
That's easy for you to say. You do what I asked you?
Think I'd be nuts enough not to? I'm your pal.
Yeah, but a bunch of guys aren't.
Who just came in?
Relax, will you, Larry? It's nobody, just a guy.
Is he looking at me?
Nah.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. He's harmless.
Yeah. Maybe the guy after me looks harmless, too. I tell you, I'm going nuts waiting.
Relax, will you? He'll never find you.
Maybe he's already found me. I don't know what he looks like.
Well, he doesn't know what you look like, so you're leaving. Why don't you make that call?
Yeah, I guess I might as well. Where's the phone?
Hey, you. Where's the telephone?
In the back, on the left.
Thanks.
Watch the door, will you?
Sure.
Hello?
I want to talk to Boston Blackie.
This is Boston, Blackie.
Oh, this is Larry Brown. Remember me?
Sure, $100 worth.
You always were quick with a joke, Blackie.
But you aren't quick with paying your debts.
Well, I got the whole $100 for you now, Blackie. In an envelope in my name at the Williams Hotel. The whole 100.
What am I supposed to do about it?
Well, pick it up anytime you want.
All right, Larry, we're square. But what's the reason for the sudden payoff?
Well, I'm leaving town, Blackie. And, now that you mention it, it's the kind of payoff I like.
And now meet Richard Calmer as Boston Blackie. Enemy to those who make him an enemy, friend to those who have no friend.
Hey, Monahan, if the commissioner calls, tell him I'm on my way to his office now.
Inspector Faraday.
Huh?
Hey, Inspector.
Well, look who's come out in the sunlight.
Gee, I hoped you'd remember me, Inspector. You know what I mean?
Okay, Wilson, what do you want?
A little information, Inspector. Sort of in return for the information I gave you about the Johnson mob last year.
Sure. What is it? I'm in a hurry.
Well, it's kind of important, Inspector. I've been waiting out here a couple hours. You know what I mean?
Sure, I know what you mean. What do you want?
Well, where can I get in touch with Boston Blackie? Where's he live now?
What do you want him for?
It's personal reasons. Nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing you'd be interested in.
Okay, it better not be. Blackie lives at 51 Sunset Parkway. The doorman will give you the apartment number.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for the information, Inspector Faraday. I'll do the same for you someday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Fine thing. I give information to the underworld. All of a sudden, I'm a stool pigeon to a stool pigeon.
Who is it?
It's me, Blackie. Shorty.
Why all the sudden formality? Come on in.
Oh, I didn't know the door was open.
Come on in, but be careful. The floors have just been waxed and those scatter rugs skid.
Yeah, sure. Hey, they sure look slick. Look, I'm sorry I've been gone so long, boss.
Anything wrong?
Oh, no, not exactly, boss.
Did you go to the bank for me?
Oh, sure, Blackie. I got to the bank all right, but not exactly soon enough.
And by not exactly soon enough, you mean too late.
Well, sort of.
And by sort of, you mean yes. Shorty, can't I trust you with as simple a thing as going to the bank for me? You left 2 hours ago.
I went straight to the bank, boss.
How straight?
Well, straight down Sunset Parkway to River Boulevard, and what do I bump into but Pete Matthews?
So you went somewhere with Matthews, huh?
Yeah, but that was all right, boss, because Pete said if I walk over the east side with him, he'd get his brother Bonnie to drive me there on his motorcycle. And I figured riding on Bonnie's cycle was faster than walking.
Then you didn't go straight to the bank.
Well, sure I did, boss. Straight to the east side and then straight to the bank on Bonnie's motorcycle. All the time, it was straight to the bank. Only, something happened when Bonnie and me was riding a motorcycle.
Don't tell me. I know. You took a shortcut.
Gee, how'd you know, boss?
Never mind. Because you didn't get to the bank in time, I have a date with Mary in 1 hour, and all I have in my pocket is 98 cents and a paper clip.
Oh, boss, there's that 100 Larry Brown left for you in the envelope at the Williams Hotel.
No, that's way uptown. It'll take an hour to get there, and Mary's in no mood to wait.
Well, boss, I sure am sorry, but if Bonnie and me hadn't bumped into Joey Hatch...
Never mind. I'll cash a check at Martin's tonight, which is probably what I should have done.
Oh, that's Slatchy Thomas. On the way to the bank, I bumped into him, too, and told him to meet me here.
Fine. Let him in.
Thanks, boss. Come on in, Letch.
I'm looking for Boston Blackie, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, come on in. Hey, boss, it ain't Latchy.
Who is it, Johnny?
Some guy to see you.
Yeah, it's me, Blackie.
Oh, wow.
That floor is slick, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a little overambitious waxing. Careful, especially on those scatter rugs.
Yeah.
Well, what is it this time, Wilson?
Okay, you gotta do me a favor, Blackie.
How much favor?
Well, now, I ain't the one to ask this kind of thing from anybody, Blackie, but I'm sort of up against it, you know what I mean?
All I have in my pocket is 98 cents. I'll split it with you.
Oh, gee, well, thanks, Blackie, but that ain't enough, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, Wilson. I just don't happen to have... Say, I can let you have $100 if you'll go to the trouble to get it.
Oh, no trouble at all, Blackie.
All right. Go to the Williams Hotel uptown. Ask for the desk, at the desk, rather, for an envelope in Larry Brown's name.
Yeah.
Brown left it for me. There's $100 in it.
Huh. I go to the Williams Hotel uptown, huh? And ask for an envelope for Larry Brown, huh? And I'll have $100, huh?
Yeah, huh?
Gee, I'll beat it right up there. And thanks, Blackie. Thanks a million, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, Wilson. You mean thanks 100.
Okay, you.
Huh?
Keep
Huh?
walking. This ain't no water pistol in your bag.
You got the wrong guy, bud. The wrong guy, you know what I mean? I ain't done nothing.
Walk.
Yeah, sure. But look, I didn't rat in the Johnson mob on purpose. I had to.
Get in the car here.
Yeah, but it was what I had to do about the Johnson mob. I was framed into telling the cops, you know what I mean?
Get in the car.
Now, look, put that gun away. Let's talk this over first, you know what I mean?
Go on, get in.
All right. Don't push. All right. But look, you got me all wrong, mister. I just...
Shut up.
Yeah,
Get moving to the shack on the riverfront, Joe.
Hey, now, wait a minute.
And don't go through any red lights.
Yeah, but hey,
We don't want this guy picked up by the cops too soon.
Keep that air pump going. That diver down there's no salmon.
What makes you think we'll find the body in this section of the river, Captain?
Well, Inspector Faraday, your witness said they saw the body dumped in off 86th Street, so we start looking from there.
Oh, in case the body was planted in concrete, huh?
Right. Chances are the current wouldn't affect it then.
Hey, that light's flashing on and off.
Yeah?
What's that mean?
My divers found something. Give me the phone, Tom.
Oh, found something, huh?
All right, down there. Go ahead. Huh?
Found a body, Captain.
Good work, Jake. Can you bring it up yourself?
No, the feet are in a block of cement. Send down the grapple.
Coming right down, Jake. Stand by.
Okay.
We found your body for you, Inspector Faraday.
Good. How long before you get it up?
In a minute. Okay, men. Over the side with the grapple. Let it go. Stand by, Inspector Faraday. We'll have your body for you in no time.
Stop calling it my body, will you?
Sorry. Jake, do you hear me?
Go ahead.
The grapple's on its way down.
Yeah, I see it. Lower it another fathom.
Lower, 1 fathom.
Hold it.
Jake it. How's it now, Jake?
Swing it to starboard 8 feet.
8 feet to starboard.
Hold it.
Check it. Got it, Jake?
Okay, Captain. She's hooked on. Haul her up.
Draw her in, boys. Draw her in.
Hey, fish me topside out of this mud hole, will you, Captain? I ain't nobody.
Okay.
Stand by.
Check. Here comes your body, Inspector Faraday.
Will you stop calling it my body?
Well, it isn't mine. Swing it over the deck, boys. On the deck. Come on, hoist it clear of the gunwale. Swing it over the deck. Lower it to the deck. Come on, lower it.
Well, that witness knew what he was talking about. It's the body of a man, all right.
Little lower. Little lower. Okay, let her rest.
Hasn't been in the water long.
Want to have a look for identification, Inspector?
Yeah, might as well start now.
It's murder, all right. Look at that block of cement he's wearing for shoes.
Yeah, it's murder.
Inspector, you look like you know him.
Know him? Sure I know him. That's Pete Wilson, a stool pigeon. And this morning he asked me for the address of Boston Blackie.
You think Boston Blackie killed him?
How do I know? All I know is as soon as he found out where Blackie lived, he died.
Hello?
Blackie?
Yeah?
That is Shorty.
Yes, Shorty.
Did Latchy Thomas get there yet?
No, he hasn't.
Well, look, boss, when he gets there, tell him to come over to Skates Latimer's place, will you?
But when you left here, I thought you were going to Barney's.
Yeah, I was, boss, but on the way I met Skinny Atkinson. Me and him decided to go to Barney's by way of Joe's.
Then why aren't you at Joe's?
Well, on the way to Joe's, we stopped at Skates. Will you tell Latchy?
I'll tell him.
Thanks, boss. Bye.
Bye, Shorty. Come in.
Hello, Blackie.
Well, Inspector Faraday, what an unpleasant surprise. Too bad you can't stay.
Yeah? Don't try to slam that door. Don't move another step, Blackie, till I say so.
Faraday, your gun is showing.
Blackie, I said don't move.
All right, Inspector. What have I done this time? Hit a home run through a grocery store window?
It's murder, Blackie.
You're so right, Inspector.
It's murder. I know the time, the place, the motive, everything.
Don't tell me you even know the victim.
Pete Wilson.
Pete Wilson.
He came up here to see you this morning. I know that because I gave him your address.
Oh, thanks so much, Inspector. That little controversy, rather that little courtesy of yours, cost me $100.
And it cost Pete Wilson his life. He came up here to make a deal with you. You went in with him, then killed him for his share of the take.
The take yesterday was $100. My $100.
Well, the take right now is you, down to headquarters. And I'm the guy who can do it.
Look, Faraday, did it ever occur to you that...
I said, come on. And no tricks.
You did say, come on, but you didn't say no tricks.
Well, I'm saying it now. No tricks. Come on.
Just a minute, Inspector.
You're coming right now.
As soon as I tie my shoe, do you mind?
Leave it untied. Maybe you'll trip and break your neck.
I wouldn't give you that much pleasure. May I tie my shoelace?
All right, tie it.
Thanks. Say, what's this on the rug?
Never mind what's on the rug.
I do mind. You're on the rug, so maybe if I pull it...
Hey, Blackie! Blackie, don't!
When you drop everything, Faraday, even your gun.
Help me, Blackie.
So help yourself, Inspector. Oh, and Faraday, I mustn't forget my manners. Please don't get up. I was just leaving anyhow.
Our story began when Larry Brown telephoned Blackie to inform him that the $100 Brown owed Blackie was waiting for Blackie in an envelope in the Williams Hotel in Larry Brown's name. When Pete Wilson, underworld character, came to Blackie to borrow money, Blackie sent him to the Williams Hotel to pick up the envelope. Wilson is not seen again until he's fished out of the river, murdered. Inspector Faraday of the police is convinced Blackie killed Wilson because earlier that day he himself had given Wilson Blackie's address. When Faraday attempts to arrest Blackie, Blackie, as usual, escapes. To continue our story, we return to the waterfront restaurant as Sam, Larry Brown's one-time gangster, walks in and takes a seat at the counter.
Afternoon.
Hey,
What do you have?
2 eggs scrambled, coffee, and give me a couple of rolls.
Number 2, feet up. Rocks on this side. What'd you think of the game this afternoon?
Didn't see it.
Well, that was some game.
So what?
Well, nothing, I guess.
How about some service?
What do you have?
Coffee, Black.
Draw one in the dark.
Hi, Larry.
Don't let this counterman see you talking to me.
Relax, will you?
I can't. I'm not off the spot yet.
How do you know?
Well, I don't know.
I'm sure I'm mixed up.
Wouldn't you be mixed up, too? Every time you took a step, it might be your last one.
Turning yellow?
One more crack like that, Sam, and
I'm sorry, Larry. I didn't mean anything.
You better not.
Where have you been?
Out driving around.
I didn't see you drive up.
I parked up the street a little.
Drive up by the Williams Hotel?
Yeah.
Go in.
You think I'm crazy?
Relax. If your plan works out, you don't have nothing to worry about. Read your paper. I'll see you later.
Okay.
It's impolite to read when you have company, Larry.
What?
What's the matter? Nervous?
No. No, nothing's the matter, Blackie. How are you?
I don't know.
What are you doing down here?
I'm just looking. Oh, Shorty,
Yeah, boss.
watch down the street as well as up. I saw one of Faraday's cars in the neighborhood.
Yeah, but it didn't spot us, boss.
Just the same, be on the lookout.
Okay.
You in trouble with the cops, Blackie?
No more than usual.
If it's a hideout you want, I haven't...
I just want some information.
I don't know anything.
Do you know Pete Wilson?
Wilson? Pete Wilson? No.
Do you know he's been murdered?
No. I've been making it my business not to know much of anything these days.
Reason?
Knowing things isn't always healthy.
Look, Larry, I'm not trying to involve you in anything.
Yeah?
Why should I?
You mean everything between us is okay?
In a manner of speaking.
You got that envelope I left for you and everything?
No, Larry, I didn't. But now that you mention it, Pete Wilson got it.
Oh, Wilson got the letter.
And he got everything, too.
You sure this guy Wilson picked up that envelope?
According to the clerk at the hotel, as far as I can find out, that's the last time he was seen alive.
You making that crack for a reason?
No, except that, well, I thought maybe you could tell me whether or not there's a possible connection between that envelope and Wilson's death.
How should I know? I'll see you around, Blackie.
Wait a minute, I'm not through.
Oh, but I am. I got an appointment.
Well, look, where can I get in touch with you?
Who knows? I don't. I'll be moving around here and there. So long.
Come on, Shorty. You might as well go, too.
Okay, if you say so.
Come on.
All right. Gee, Blackie, you know, we ain't no better off than we was before we found this guy, Brown.
We may be, Shorty. It's possible that Brown engineered Wilson's killing.
You think so, boss?
I might as well think so. I haven't any other ideas. Come on, there's Brown getting into his car up the street. Let's get mine and follow him.
Sure, boss.
It's only a long shot, but I have an idea.
Hey!
Look, Shorty. Brown's car. It's a wreck.
A wreck? Looks like it's been bombed.
It was, Shorty, when Brown stepped on the starter. Come on, let's have a look.
Yeah, come on.
Gee, boss, there ain't much left of anything.
Nobody will ever be able to prove that a guy by the name of Larry Brown was in this car.
Gosh, no.
I think I know why this happened, too, which gives me an idea. Shorty, give me your wallet.
Oh, sure, boss, here.
Okay.
Hey, boss, what's the idea of throwing my wallet in a wreck?
I'll tell you later. Let's go.
Gosh, boss, when Faraday gets here and finds my wallet, he'll think I was knocked off in a blowout.
Yeah, Shorty, I imagine Inspector Faraday will think you've gone all to pieces. Come on, we're going to your place.
But, Blackie, why are we using my place as a hideout? The inspector figures I'm dead, he'll come running down here for sure.
That's what I want him to do, Shorty.
Boss, either you're too smart or I'm too dumb for this kind of thing, and I don't know which.
Look, Shorty, I think I know why Larry Brown was killed, and it was no accident.
You mean that explosion was supposed to bump him?
Mm-hmm. And I want his killers to think he escaped. That's why I threw your wallet into Brown's car. The police will identify the body as yours.
Gee, sure glad my poor old mother can't read. She'd feel awful bad about me getting blown up.
Don't worry, Shorty. If she even hears about it, we'll go down and clear things up right away. All I want is for Faraday to release a story to the newspapers that you and not Brown was killed in that explosion.
Look, I don't mind playing dead, boss, as long as it ain't for keeps, but why don't you want nobody to know Brown got it?
It's very simple, Shorty. At last, here's Inspector Faraday.
Anybody in there?
Sure, anybody out there?
Inspector Faraday of the police. Who's in there?
Let's play this guessing game a little longer, Faraday. It's fun.
Blackie, it's you. Let me in or I'll break down the door.
Don't go to the trouble of bruising your baby skin, sweetheart. I'll let you in. Shorty, stand where Faraday can't see you right away. And let's give him a little surprise.
Oh, sure, boss.
Get back in there, Blackie.
Faraday, you're a good bloodhound.
You don't get away from me for long, do you?
Oh, I wasn't talking about your ability to find me, Faraday. I was looking at your ears. Hello, Monahan. All right, don't talk. You do enough talking for the whole force, don't you, Faraday?
Okay, you've been funny long enough. Now you're coming quietly, or am I... Shorty, I thought you were dead.
Hi, Inspector Faraday. Nice afternoon, huh?
What are you doing here?
I got rides here. This is my job.
But you're supposed to be dead, killed in that automobile explosion uptown.
That wasn't Shorty's body, Inspector.
No, only my wallet. I hope you brung it.
Well, if that wasn't your body in that car, what was your wallet doing there?
I put it there, Inspector.
You did, Blackie. Why?
I didn't want you or anybody else to know the name of the real victim until I talked to you.
Well, if you were at the scene of the explosion, you probably had something to do with it. Who'd you kill this time?
The man's name was Larry Brown. Oh, I didn't kill him, Inspector.
Well, if you didn't kill him, how do you know his name?
I know the name of lots of dead people.
Look, I don't want any wisecracks. I just want you.
Faraday, this is so sudden, really. And also boring. Put that gun away, will you?
After I put you away.
You're way ahead of yourself. How can you arrest me for the murder of Larry Brown when you haven't even found out who killed Pete Wilson? Wilson was killed because somebody thought he was Larry Brown.
So what?
Listen, Larry Brown was being shadowed by an out-of-town trigger man hired to kill him. Unfortunately, the trigger man didn't know what Brown looked like. Brown knew that and worked out a very clever scheme to duck his assassin.
Yeah, this better be good now, in short.
It is. Brown knew his only hope of getting away from the killer for good was to have the killer shoot someone else. Brown owed me money, so we put it in an envelope in his name at his hotel and phoned me to come to the hotel and ask for it.
Well, if that's so, why aren't you dead?
Because I sent Pete Wilson for that envelope. He went into the hotel, asked for an envelope for Larry Brown. The killer picked him up, took him for a little joyride, and you know what.
Okay. But then why was Brown killed?
The killer realized his mistake, or the man who hired him noticed it. So as not to make a mistake again, they wired Brown's car for sound.
Well, that's the best one you've ever told, Blackie. But it doesn't get me my killer.
Do me a favor, Faraday.
I wouldn't do anything for you.
Then do it for yourself. Did you release a story to the newspapers that Shorty was killed in the explosion?
Yeah, but I can stop it.
No, don't stop it. Let it go through. Add to it a story that Larry Brown was the intended victim, but escaped and has returned to his room at the Williams Hotel.
Are you crazy?
I'm crazy enough to get out from under a murder rap. Release that story to the newspapers, and then give me 6 hours.
I wouldn't give you 6 seconds if I had any sense.
Oh, don't feel so badly about it, Faraday. We can't all be smart.
I ought to lock you up and never listen to you again. Go ahead, get out of here.
Thanks, Faraday. Come on, Shorty.
Sure, boss.
Remember now, Faraday, for 6 hours, leave me alone.
Get that, Monahan. I'm supposed to leave him alone 6 hours. I'm not letting them out of my sight 6 seconds. Come on.
This is room 511, sir.
Thanks.
You're expecting luggage, sir?
Later, bring it up, will you?
Yes, sir. Anything else, sir?
No, that'll be all. This be trouble.
Thank you, sir.
Come in.
Hi, Blackie.
Well, what took you so long this time, Shorty?
Oh, look, boss, you gave me a tough job. I've been all over town.
Did you do what I asked?
Sure did, boss. My pals call every mug and trigger man. Yep. And now everyone in town thinks that Larry Brown got out of that explosion okay. And he's right here in room 511 of the Williams Hotel alone.
Good work, Shorty. Now scram. I've got to wait for a guy who is coming up here to kill me.
You have to make so much noise. 4 o'clock in the morning. Brown's probably unconscious. Yeah, but somebody in the hall might be awake. And you put him this way. Lock's open. All right, open the door. Let's go in. I'll get it. Silent. Be quiet. Got a knife for this job. Good. Quiet. You're doing most of the talking. We got a right steer. There's someone in the bed. Yeah. I'm not letting you make any more mistakes. We're going to make sure we kill the right guy this time. Okay. Come on, go to the bed. Flash the light straight in his eyes. He'll be so blind it'll never... Good thing we brought a light. The room's pitch black.
Then maybe I'd better turn on the lights.
Huh? Drop, boss. I'll get him.
No, you don't. Don't bother to pick up your gun, pal. I think Inspector Faraday would like to do that himself. Hey, Faraday, come on in. You've been in the next room for hours. I know it.
Okay, Blackie. So I didn't leave you alone. So you knew it. If you hadn't outshot this guy, maybe you'd have been glad.
I'm glad anyhow, Faraday. You heard this guy here say he wasn't going to make a mistake. He killed the wrong guy again.
I heard everything. I've been in the next room for hours.
Well, incidentally, on your way down to headquarters, since we practically had a suite together, Faraday, suppose you stop and pay the bill. Hello?
Oh, Blackie, this is Shorty.
Say, Shorty, where are you? Latchy has been here twice looking for you.
Oh, gosh, boss. Did you tell him I was at Skates'?
No, I didn't. You said you were going straight to Skeets, so I thought I'd play it safe and send him to Joe's.
Oh, I see.
Well, where are you?
Well, boss, let me tell you. I was going straight to Skates' when a funny thing happened.
You went to Harry's.
No, boss. I went straight to Skates'. Here I am. And am I surprised?